And that, even if you don't hear it, I can almost guarantee it makes an impact in someone's life. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As you can tell, I'm excited. If this is your first time here, my name is Aaron Ballantyne and you're watching Life According to Aaron. I'm in a very, very good mood today and I'm going to tell you why, right? But let me give some background first. So as a freelance writer, in my experience, I'm usually aware of the kind of impact that I have on people, because they usually tell me in the form of I've done a good job on like work that they've asked me to do, or it's had this other impact. And let me give you an example, right? I'll never forget an order I did for this woman from Korea who wanted me to write a short story for her son. She wanted me to write a bedtime story for her son, right? And she had asked me to include details of balloons and giraffes because her son loved balloons and giraffes. The story she told me touched my heart so much that I wasn't even worrying or thinking about the money at the time that she was going to pay me to do it, right? So I wrote the story and I sent it off to her. She read it herself, right? And this is the first piece of feedback that I referred to earlier, is that she told me that it was well written, and she thanked me for it, paid me for it, and she went on her way, right? And then after having read the story to her son, she came back to me and thanked me again of how he loved the story and he can't get enough, and she reads it to him every night. That just lit me for six. I loved that. I could have written that story without being paid for it, just because of the effect that it had on this woman and her family. And that's essentially the basis of this video, in that we don't know the impact that we have on people. Oh, right, the actual title is Just Keep Doing You. Just do it. And why I said that is that recently someone said to me that even though they've never said it, that's the first time I'm hearing from it, they said to me that they're always looking at my content. So for example, stuff that I post on Instagram, stuff that I post on WhatsApp, like my WhatsApp status, they're always looking and they always appreciate it, but they've never said it to me before. And it was kind of funny because it did two things to me. It warmed my heart, of course, because it meant something to me hearing that I was making an impact even though the person wasn't saying it. And the second thing is, it made me think, how many other people out there is this the case for? How many other people see my content or see the things that I say or listen to the things I say, and they don't give feedback, they don't say anything to me, but they appreciate it and they use it in their own lives? It made me think, and it also made me think, for everybody out there who gets discouraged when they don't hear particular feedback on things that they do, don't, because you have no idea the kind of impact that you can have on someone just by being you and just by continuing to do you. You see, if you do something with the intent of leaving a positive impact, with the intent of making someone's day, giving them resources they can use, helping people, just keep doing it, because we need people like you, and you don't know how many people are relying on the service that you're providing. You don't know how many people are relying on you simply just being you. And that experience, like I mentioned, the experience with the Korean woman, she immediately told me the effect and the impact that I had on her. That's immediate. But then what about those who you are unaware of? So for example, like I mentioned, as a freelancer, the feedback comes immediately, usually. But when it doesn't come, I assume, because usually they either leave a review or they accept the work, right? So as much as I don't know exactly how it impacts them, I know it impacts them in some way. So think about those. Don't just think about the people who verbalize how you've impacted them. Think about those who, for example, have difficulty finding their voice, but they appreciate what you do anyway. If you're in a stage right now where you're discouraged, or you don't feel like you want to continue going, or you feel as though you're not making an impact at all, keep going. You have no idea how much of a symbol you are or you can be simply because you're continuing to do what you do. You are consistently positive. You are consistently encouraging people to achieve their goals. You are consistently giving or sharing helpful information with people. And that, even if you don't hear it, I can almost guarantee it makes an impact in someone's life. They might be sharing it, they might be whispering, oh, Aaron is doing this. It could be a case where, for example, even if they don't outright talk to you, they might be, for example, this is an extreme, but let me use this example. They might be gossiping in a little group. For example, if a group of people you used to go to school with see or come across your content, I'm like, wait, I never go to school with the youth here, I'm not hearing this. And then they might be talking amongst themselves, and then like, oh, I'm don't look good, or oh, I'm talking nonsense, or oh, I'm not gonna listen to it. However, think about what might happen after when they disperse, when they leave the group, where one of them might say, say Aaron really like him come from far and whatever, and they start to identify with what I'm trying to do, and they without informing the other group or the rest of the group start paying attention to my content, because they know that they see that it's useful and they see that it's helping them, so they, for example, they subscribe to the channel so they can keep and consistently getting this information and getting these types of videos. You don't know that, and that I use that example to illustrate that you don't know the extent of the effect or the impact that you have on somebody. It could go so far, you have no idea how far it could go. Don't stop simply because you're not seeing the immediate results. Don't stop simply because you're not getting instant gratification. Like, as for example, where YouTube is concerned, like as soon as you drop a video, you get positive comments. No, don't stop simply because that is the case, right? Starting this channel, I have no idea where it's going to go, if it's going to impact my life positively or not, but I do it with the intent of making a difference, of making an impact, of sharing useful information, of sharing my journey, because I believe that it's going to help somebody else out there. Even if it's just one person, and that one person don't even tell me, I don't need to hear it, because I know that what I am doing is being done with the intent to help people. And as long as the information is out there for people to use, then I'm content, fam. I don't need the glorification. It's nice to hear, and this goes for anybody. Of course, it's nice to hear when you're making an impact, but you don't do it. You don't do these things. You don't endeavor to make an impact for recognition. You don't do it for gratification. You don't do it for glorification. You do it because you feel as though that's your purpose, or you feel as though that is what makes you feel fulfilled. And this is what makes me feel fulfilled. When I first started this YouTube journey, or just documenting my information and insights in video form, I was very anxious. I was very nervous because it's something that I've never done before. But the more I did it, is the more I became comfortable with doing it, and I found strength, or I found encouragement in the fact that I am doing this for the sole purpose, not to promote the books. I'm assuming that they're being promoted indirectly because they'll be linked in the description of my videos, but I'm doing this not to secure sales, because you can watch the video without buying the books. That's fine. I'm doing this again just to share the information, just to share knowledge, because the same way I am still on this journey, and I draw from the knowledge and experience of other people who have been on this journey, or even are just at a different stage on this journey, is the same way I would want to share, or I am sharing with someone who would find this information useful, because they themselves are on this journey, and I want to share what I've learned, my successes, my experiences, my downfalls, so that it can help someone else. All right. So I say that to say, if you leave this video with anything, or if there's one thing that you leave this video with, whether you're getting the recognition and the praise now, whether you're getting the instant gratification, the instant thank yous, don't watch that now. If it is that your cause is pure and that you're doing something with genuine goodness, don't stop, because somebody out there, whether they say it or not, is counting on you. Somebody needs you. Somebody is relying on you. Somebody needs you to help them make the day, to help push them, to help encourage them, to help hold them accountable, or just put a smile on their face. And that alone is worth your effort and what you are doing. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, be sure to leave a like. Be sure to share this video. If you don't share any other video, this is the video you should share. And as always, if it is that you want to see these types of videos as soon as they drop, be sure to subscribe. All right? Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.